What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel Mad Journal. Today, we're diving deep into a story that could completely reshape social media in America. Yep, I'm talking about TikTok, an app with 170 million US users, and how it could be banned after January 19, 2025. We'll talk about the Supreme Court battle, the US government's terms for ByteDance, potential buyers, and how this could pave the way for alternatives to rise. Stick around because this story isn't just about TikTok. It's about freedom of speech, national security, and the future of digital platforms. Let's jump in. Alright, let's start with the big question, why is TikTok facing a ban? Back in April 2024, President Joe Biden signed a law that could ban TikTok unless its parent company, ByteDance, sells its US operations. Why? National security concerns. What the US government is worried about. TikTok's parent company ByteDance is based in China, and under Chinese law, it could be forced to hand over data on American users. The US government is worried that data could be used to spy on Americans, manipulate users with targeted propaganda, or even blackmail people using private data. The government also fears that TikTok's algorithm, which decides what content you see, could be weaponized to push pro-China messaging or other forms of influence. ByteDance, on the other hand, insists that these fears are overblown. So, what's happening in the Supreme Court? Well, TikTok is fighting back, and the final decision is set for January 19, 2025. This case has become a battle of free speech versus national security. How TikTok is fighting the future ban. TikTok isn't just sitting back and letting this happen, they're making a strong case in court. Their main argument is that this ban violates the First Amendment, which protects free speech. Here's what they're saying. TikTok argues that its algorithm is a form of editorial discretion, which means it decides how content is presented to users, much like how a newspaper decides what stories to publish. By forcing TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to sell or face a ban, the government is essentially interfering with this editorial freedom. TikTok also emphasizes the real-world consequences of a ban, saying it would disrupt the livelihoods of millions of creators, small businesses, and the 170 million monthly active TikTok users in the US. Many of these users rely on the platform for income, creativity, and connection, and a ban would create a ripple effect across the creator economy. On national security defense. TikTok firmly denies being a national security risk. They've stated that they would never bend to Chinese government demands to share user data, even if compelled to do so by Chinese law. TikTok US insists it operates independently, with American-based servers storing user data and strict protocols to protect user privacy. By framing itself as a platform for free speech and economic opportunity, TikTok is making the case that a ban would not only harm them but also millions of Americans who depend on it. On the other side, the US government isn't pulling any punches. They argue that banning TikTok is a matter of national security and essential to protecting American interests. Here's how they're defending the ban. On foreign influence and espionage, US government argues that the TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is based in China, a country whose laws compel companies to cooperate with its government's intelligence operations. The US officials fears that TikTok could be used for espionage, giving the Chinese government access to sensitive personal data of 170 million Americans, including geolocation, personal habits, and even private communications. Officials warn that this data could be exploited to blackmail individuals or coerce key public figures during times of geopolitical tension. Imagine a situation where American leaders or influencers are pressured using their private data. It's a risk the US doesn't want to take. Further, they argue that TikTok's algorithm, powerful as it is, could be weaponized to sow discord within American society. During crises, it could promote disinformation, divide public opinion, or push pro-China propaganda to serve geopolitical interests. The US also sees this as part of a broader effort to counter China's rising influence in the global tech and information space. As one of the world's most downloaded apps, TikTok has unparalleled soft power, and the US government isn't willing to leave that in the hands of an adversary. In short, the Biden government argues that allowing TikTok to continue operating under ByteDance's ownership is too big a gamble when the stakes involve national security, public trust, and the integrity of American society. What's President-elect Donald Trump's reaction on this ban? Well, Trump has promised to save TikTok, asking the court to delay its decision so that he can work out a political solution once he takes office on the 20th of January. What happens if TikTok is banned? If the ban goes through on the 19th of January, then here's what you can expect. TikTok will be removed from app stores like Google Play and Apple's App Store. New users will not be able to download. If you already have TikTok, you can keep using it, but without updates or bug fixes, the app will eventually stop working. Are there any workarounds? Well, yes, some users will try using VPNs to spoof their location and access TikTok. Others might resort to side-loading TikTok from unofficial sources, but that comes with risks like malware and data theft. What are the US government's terms for TikTok? The US government has given ByteDance a clear ultimatum: sell TikTok's US operations or face a ban. So, who's interested in buying TikTok? Let's talk about the potential buyers. Frank McCourt, the billionaire and former owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, has made a formal offer through his company, Project Liberty, to acquire TikTok's US assets. Elon Musk. Yes, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO could be in the running. After buying Twitter, it's clear Musk has an interest in social media platforms. Bobby Kotick, former CEO of video game publisher Activision. Doug McMillon, Walmart CEO. Microsoft. Mr. Beast Jimmy Donaldson, the YouTube legend with 337 million subscribers, joked about buying TikTok in a tweet. But after that tweet, multiple billionaires reportedly reached out to him. Could Mr. Beast talk actually become a reality? Well, only time will tell. However, buying TikTok isn't cheap. Analysts estimate that it could cost more than $20 billion to take over its US operations. What if TikTok isn't banned? If TikTok survives the January 19th hearing, it'll likely come with regulations, such as a disclaimer warning users that their data could be accessed by foreign governments, restrictions on TikTok's ability to share data with ByteDance or Chinese entities. While this would allow TikTok to keep running, it could scare off users and advertisers, potentially affecting the platform's growth. With the TikTok ban looming and the final hearing set for January 19, 2025, users are starting to explore other options. The topmost preference being Red Note, known as Xiaohongshu in China. Here's why Red Note is gaining traction. It combines features of Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok, offering a mix of short videos, images, and text posts. It's popular for lifestyle content like fashion, food, and travel, making it an aspirational platform. Other platforms like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, are trying to fill the void. But let's be real, none of them quite replicate TikTok's magic. Why does this TikTok ban matter? This isn't just about TikTok. It's about how we balance national security and free speech in the digital age. It's also about the precedent this sets for other apps and platforms. If TikTok gets banned, what's stopping the government from targeting other foreign-owned platforms? And if it survives, what does that mean for how much power companies like ByteDance hold? Also, following in the steps of the US, other countries might ban US apps in the name of national security. Isn't that so? Here's the big question: what's next for TikTok? Will ByteDance sell it? Will the Supreme Court delay the ban? Or are we really saying goodbye to TikTok forever? Let me know what you think in the comments. That's it for today. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this evolving story. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.